this program, viewer discretion is advised.
It's Batman! Everybody run, it's Batman. Hello? Hello? It's me, Batman, let me in. I'm in the cold. I'm out here in the cold in my coat. Hello? Hi, do you know who I am? It's me. It's Batman. Is the Penguin here? Can he come out and play? I don't know why I'm here. Do you see my name tag? It says, hello, my name is Batman. Do you know who I am? I'm Batman. Good morning, Zero. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Holy crap.
The best Batman movie ever because he got to be a detective.
He got slapped up and down in that movie, and you know exactly what the problem was. Batman does not knock. Batman does not knock. Batman shows up in the shadows. You never see him. You don't know how he got there. Penguin's like going to do his thing. Quack, quack, quack. Oh shit, it's Batman. Not, hello, can I speak to the Penguin, please? This is my name tag. It says, hello, my name is Batman. Gestures Darth Arlene. It's cold. 12 here this morning. It is cold. It is damn cold. Baby, it's cold outside. I think I can say, baby, it's cold outside. What is up? Good morning. Good morning. Holy crap. Holy crap. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. How's everybody out there doing? Batman doesn't knock. Ever since he started drinking premium Chevron with Techron. It's simply smarter, Walter. It's simply smarter. You sound like Bat Tom. Well, there was videos like, I don't know, Zero probably knows more. 5 years, 6 years ago, when they did the whole I'm Batman. Yeah, so it's an old joke. Little swig of the dog that bit you this morning. Little hair of the dog that bit you. Holy crap. Next thing you know, he'll be rolling it up in the Batmobile, rolling down the windows and asking for Grey Poupon. No, it'll be like, I'll get drive-through. With his Amex, his Batmax, Buttmax, whatever. God help me. I have almost no faith in DC to make decent superhero movies. I just don't. It's been one train wreck after another. From Man of Steel to whatever iteration they're doing next. I'm like, guys, you pushed so very hard to get this universe made, and then holy crap. Get your act together. Diamond is going bankrupt. So how long do current comics have? Dude, the cope with that came so damn hard of, oh well, everything's okay, situation normal. It's just, we don't go through Diamond anymore and blah 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 blah, and they're not essential for the business and yada yada yada, and everything's fine. Everything's fine. How long is that gonna go on? Is that gonna go on about as long as this DEI horseshit that has been going on, that is now like everybody's closing shop and they're opening dibs? Really? No, you didn't think anybody'd figure it out? Let's see. DEI, DIB. We got dibs. We got dibs. Well, we're rushing to close our DEI department and we're opening our new dibs department. Dibs? Diversity, inclusion, and belonging. I'm gonna belong. I'm gonna belong. I'm gonna belong. If I just, make an issue of my skin color and my ethnicity and my sexuality and all this other stuff, I'll belong. Yeah, good job. Good try. It's fine as California fires consume it all, literally and figuratively. Damn, puddle jumper. That's some shit. And a huge thank you this morning to Walter Tomascu. Holy crap, brother. With the $1.99 super chat. Loki, I love your sit the fuck down and listen videos. Thank you very much, Walter. Thank you very much for that. This one is just for you, my friend. If I can get it loaded up, we're going old school this morning. Let's go!
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill. Division, exclusion, and indoctrination. How long is that going to go on? They're closing shop. Destroy everything important. How many of the things you really loved, really enjoyed, have been shit on, stepped on, pissed on, ruined by not just by Hollywood, but all of it. The entertainment industry as a whole. How much of it is it's just gone? Like, I don't have any hope for DC. I don't have any hope for the new movie coming out. I don't have any hope for any of it. As soon as I see it, I'm like, y'all done screwed up again. It's not going to happen. Divert and hope no one notices. I don't think that's going to happen either. It's like bloodhounds on the hunt. They're smelling. They know. We know what to look for. We know what to look for. We know how to identify it. We know what we're going to do with it. We're going to trash it. We're not going to spend money on it. We're not going to buy it. And we'll just appeal to the normies. Well, you screwed that up, didn't you? You screwed that up because now normies are like, mm-mm. And only the absolute dumbest of the dumb are like, yay, this is all great. This is all great. Everything's great. Situation normal. We're covering for the dumbass maneuvers that you've done. How do you do that? How do you destroy everything you touch? And it's like, hey, it's all good because we're against the everyday guy. We're against the everyday dude. We're against the everyday American. We're against the everyday. I mean, God, don't be so stupid. Yeah, Star Wars is dead. Did anybody watch the new Star Wars kid friendly Star Wars? Did anybody watch that? After the giant shellacking they took from lesbians in space. Are they going to come out with the game now? Are they going to come out with the, like, you know, the power of one, the power of two, the power of many, the power of 0 viewers, the power of no one giving a shit about what you're doing, the power of you flopped it again. Congratulations. Someone's like,
Loki, have you seen the new Daredevil trailer?
I'm like, yeah. What about it?
Oh man, it looks so good.
I'm sure the trailer looks whatever. You cannot judge this shit by trailers. I thought you'd have learned that with Star Wars.
I can't believe Loki just said that.
Yeah. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh man, the
It's not the Mandalorian.
The Book of Boba Fett's going to be the greatest Star Wars show ever. It looks great.
Pee Wee Herman bikes. Pee Wee Herman bikes. That's what we got is Pee Wee Herman bikes. And the Pee Wee Herman bike gang. Greatest show ever. Boba Fett spends almost the whole series in a tank. In a back-to tank. Greatest show ever. The show shouldn't even been called Boba Fett. The show should have been called Dancing with Sand People. I'm going to go dance with some sand people. I'm going to hang out with them. I'm going to become one of them. And then I'm not going to come back. Kenobi broke me. Thank God I didn't watch that shit.
Someone's like, oh my God, you've got to see the fight between him and Vader. I'm like,
I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Last night, 20 million people tuned in to see Anakin Skywalker fight Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No, they didn't. They tuned in to watch Disney shit all over an IP again.
In the name of diversity, inclusion. Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Well, it was. It was. Like a banta. Have you ridden our Indian horses yet? Oh, you gotta ride it like a banta. Like a banta. God help me, man. Arwen's like Kenobi sucked ass. When are you gonna get with the program? When are you gonna get with the idea that nobody wants this? People are done. People are tired. They're sick of it. They're absolutely positively sick of it.
Well, we'll just rename it and nobody will know.
Really? Hey, does anybody here like no? Nobody knows, right? It's all hidden.
You can't see me.
You can't see it, right?
Because it's invisible.
The redneck bounty hunter Boba Fett, right? Who meets the locals and is suddenly one of the locals. That's right, like a banta. Like a banta. You can't. Why would you keep this around? And why would you just move it?
You can't see me. You can't see what we're doing. You can't see us. You can't see us.
The sequels don't matter because they suck. Absolutely, they suck. Woketards play with their own dung looking for a new experience. God, and they think it's like the second coming of Jesus. We've done this. Do you know what we did? We went and got Leslie Headland. And she's gonna make a new Star Wars series. Yeah. No one fucking cares.
It'll be the first woman director, and
no one gives a shit.
we're gonna have the first person of color to blah blah.
No one cares. No one gives a shit. Do you know how many times we've heard the first person of this, the first person of that, the first Algonquin blah blah blah, the first yada yada yada, the first African princess, the first blah. Oh my God. The first woman Black Panther. They're gonna roll that back now. They're not gonna have the sister because they're gonna recast T'Challa. I don't know how the hell they're gonna do that. We're gonna bring him back to life. We're gonna have Doctor Strange bring him back to life in a new body. Come on! We're gonna recast him. That butch was a female name. Exactly. Oh my God. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good because we've got this person doing it. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many. What happened in film school? Seriously, what changed? Can someone explain that to me? Can someone explain what changed at film school? Because it used to be like, man, these some bitches went to film school. They all met up. They all made badass shit. They all burned it down. You had all kinds of people coming out of there that were absolute extraordinary geniuses. Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, you had them all. And this is where we're at now. Is this Matthew McConaughey's fault? I know he's got a film school in Texas. I know he does. And I know everybody wants to get into that class. Well, all right. Hey, everybody. We're going to picture our frame like this. Yeah, it's what's for dinner. Is that it? Is it Matthew's fault? Is he the one who's been doing this? What in the hell happened? What happened to the talent over the last 20 years, if you can even call it that? What happened to the talent? What happened to the people in charge? Did they just lose their nutsack one day? Oh, I woke up without the boss. I guess I just better be a puss. God, you know how much money a company could make right now if they're like, no, we're not getting involved in all this bullshit. We're going to give you the kind of entertainment you deserve, and we're going to go to work. Let's go to work. And they went to work making badass movies.
Well, Loki, what does badass movies mean? Are you just being an ist, saying that all the white people?
No, I'm not at all. We want good stories. We want good entertainment. Sometimes we want funny. Sometimes we want action. The girlies want the drama. Bring us the good stories. Bring us the good stories. Bring us the things that we're going to enjoy. Not, you can't see me. We're DEI. You can't see us.
Oh, who's that? I'm not here. I'm invisible.
Standards across the board have been lowered so untalented people can be included. Whoop-de-fucking-do. And that's exactly what's happened. Standards have been lowered. You want to know who's responsible for that mess that is the Marvel Universe and all that shit and Star Wars? It's them going, well, we need to bring in people that have absolutely no experience and have never done this before, giving them an opportunity to be a part of the bigger whole. We'll do it like a rainbow. Reading rainbow. That's what we'll do. We'll do it like a rainbow. And we'll include everyone, whether they're CAC or not. They can be total CAC, but we'll include them because they're the right race and they're the right sex. And now you wonder why all this is going away. Why are they dropping all of this? Why are they getting rid of all this? The problem is they don't have a Loki membership. Olds Gamer 72 Cutlass. What is going on, brother? And Olds Gamer Cutlass has gifted a Loki's Mornings of Mischief membership. That membership went to Jill Powers, the River Daughter. member meetup online on this channel Monday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you want to come on, you want to get up on the panel, you want to hang out in a members only stream, come in Monday if you are a member. Thank you so much. Olds Gamer, 72 Cutlass. This one is just for you, brother. You know what? I'm feeling a little spicy this morning. We're going to send out the big damn lizard scope. Let me get this brought over here. That way I can show it. Hopefully it works and it doesn't spaz out because it likes to do that. Message from Darth Arlena over on Rumble. $5 Rumble rant says, Loki, you know it's just because they've hired such good writers. You know the ones hired based on skin color and friction choice instead of talent. Scissor me timbers, Arlena. Oh, scissor me, girl. Scissor me timbers. The hens. Scissoring hens. God help me. Is that the way it works? Is that the way it is? Thank you so much, Gestures, Darth Arlena. We also have 5 gifted memberships from Zeropium. Brother, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so very much. But you didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it so freaking much. Let's see, who got a membership? Walter Demoscu was gifted a membership. Boosh! What is up, brother? Lethal Lightning was gifted a membership. Holy shit, what's up, Lethal? Blood Guilty Gaming, 199. The 199 was gifted a membership. Mariella Newworth was gifted a membership. And Jay was gifted a membership by Zeropium. Thank you so very much, brother, for those 5 Loki's Mornings of Mischief memberships. Thank you all. Anyone who throws out memberships, anybody who throws in the super chats, everyone that keeps this show going is very much appreciated. Thank you so very much, everyone. Let's give these two. Let's give Arlena and Zero some. What about some village burning? How about that? Irate has sent me a horse doing fire. I've got to figure out exactly what he's doing that way. We can get like a longer, because I mean, just like, 3 or 4 seconds. It's got to be longer. It's got to be longer. If we got to do 2 shots, that's fine. But a horse with wings, maybe like a dark unicorn that's got wings up its ass, something for Arwen too. That would be interesting. So thank you both so very much. This one's just for you. Let's light this shit up this morning. Skull! Black Pegasus with red eyes, wings up its ass. Yeah. the ass boggling, more like it. The aerodynamics alone are ass boggling. Skull, what's up? What's up, Shelly? Good morning, Shelly. Thank you guys so very much. Seriously, it is very much appreciated. You guys keep the fires burning bright. You do. You do. Now, enough of the mushy shit. Back to being angry. They've got to get over this shit. They do. They have to get over this shit. They have to get back on track. They have to get their nose back to the grindstone, and they have to go back to making good shit. Why? Because you cannot pay an intern what you would pay Steven fucking Spielberg to make a movie and it be shit. And your only recourse is the evil, racist, bigoted white people are to blame. You can't blame us constantly for everything. You can. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Eventually, you have to own up to your shit. Or change tracks and act like you never did it in the first place. They will get people back. Mind you, when the course correction begins, and I already think it's already starting to go there, they're going to try and get people back. You've got to decide, How much shit talking did they do? And is it worth going back to that and having to deal with that? Disney will never get another penny of my money. Ever. No matter what. Paramount will never get a penny of my money. That's it. No matter what. They're not getting any cash from me. They're not getting one penny. They're not getting any copper, no nickel, no dimes, no nothing. Why? Because they shit all over the things that made them great, laughed about it, and then went, why didn't y'all like it? I dare you to watch DS9 and then go watch the bullshit they got on today. Go watch DS9. Go watch the dynamic just alone between Cisco and his son Jake. Okay? Anyone that came from a military family will recognize something immediately. When Cisco's got free time, he's like, hey, Jake, why don't we go to the holodeck and play some ball? And he's like, no, I'm going to go hang out with Nog and look at the ships flying. Bye, Dad. And he's like, tossing his ball up in the air like, well, shit. Why? Because he's constantly working this job. And he wants to spend time with his kid. But he's in the service. He's got a responsibility. So he goes and does that responsibility. And he's like, hey, Jake, let's go play some ball. I'm going to be hanging out with Nog. Bye. And he's like, just that alone. I'm not even talking about anything else. I'm not talking about the Dominion War. I'm not talking about any of that other shit. The dynamic just between a father and his son. That wouldn't happen today. You're not going to get that today. You're going to get some idiot with some chick with a nose ring that doesn't want to be a chick but wants to be a dude that lopped everything off and is in constant crisis with their whatevers that they've got, their other kin that they've got that completely dominates everything about the show. It would be the whatever story hour. So no, I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to keep watching. I don't even watch the shit I don't like anymore. I'm just like, no, I pass. But Loki, you've got to watch the bad stuff so you can get content out. That's not the road I'm going down. And that's that. That's not the road I'm going down. I'm not going down the, oh, well, have you seen the latest episode of this today? I'm not doing that. I'll talk about old shit. I'll talk about shit like this. I'm talking about games. I'm not going to talk about, I'm just not. I'm not going to do TV reviews. And well, what's the latest on the CW? Did Batwoman come back for a new season? I tried that. It's fucking miserable. It's absolutely positively miserable. Why do I want to self-punish? Oh, but Loki, isn't that kind of like the job of, watching horrible shit? I want to watch good shit. That's why I got into this in the first place. I wanted to watch good entertainment. I want to watch good episodes of TV. I want to watch good movies. Okay? I don't want to have to bitch about this stuff. I don't. Do you know why I stopped talking about Disney? Because I what's good to talk about? What have they come out with that's any good? What have they tried to come out with that's any good? Morning, Loki and friends. Morning, Punkwaddle. What is up? Little Penguin Sheriff. It's a little Penguin Sheriff, Punkwaddle. What is up, brother? I don't want to spend all my time being negative about it. What is the obsession with it's got to be negative? It's got to be negative. You've got to make it negative. Negative. Well, today, a whole episode of this came out, and it was absolutely complete trash. On to you, Dan. Duh. No shit, it's bad. We've been dealing with bad for a decade. More than that. But at least a decade ago, we had some good shit. Now every freaking movie's like peppermint. We're going to do a peppermint movie. God help me. It's true, Loki. They are very thirsty. The world is about to change forever in a few days. People don't change. No, they don't. And they're just going to try and hide it in different ways. And they're going to try and keep it secret. The only reason why all of this is changing is they know that the Department of Justice, this new Department of Justice, isn't going to put up with the shit that the last one did. Why? Because the only reason why charges weren't filed was because they were told not to file charges. Nope. This is what we want them to do. Let them do it. We know. Drag them out into the light and watch them burn, right? So what do? Oh, we shut it all down. DEI's over. We're on to dibs now. Why did they have to do that? Why did they have to change everything? Because they had a strict set of guidelines that they had to follow. Do not promote these people. Do not support these people. Do not hire these people. Do all of this instead. It's not about who's best for the job. And we all know that. We all know that now. It's not about who's best for the job. You would think that you would want, doesn't matter who they are, doesn't matter where they come from, doesn't matter, we want the best person for the job. We're going to compete to get the very best people. Do you know what happens? Do you know what happens when you don't do that? You have an alliance with other people that promise they're not going to do that either. So what are you saying? Look, are you saying they work together? Well, damn right, I'm saying they work together. They're all in on this. That is why they're all having to get rid of their DEI departments and go do something else. Because they've all been working on this together. It's not just one studio. It's not just one game developer. It's not just one anything. They're all complicit with the lie. Why? Because you don't want your competition getting someone badass because you're following the rules and they're like, fuck it. We're just going to hire whoever we're going to hire. Do you remember how horrible Black Myth Wukong was going to be? How terrible it was? The low scores it was going to get? All this shit. And then it sold like 8 million copies in 2 days. And they were like, well, fuck, we can't hide it now. We can't run with that narrative. So they made it about sexism, and they made it about racism, and they made it about all these different isms as the reason why they gave it the bad score they gave it. And guess what? No one gave a shit. Why? Because they wanted a badass game. And what do these companies immediately go do? They go and double down on what they've already said their goal is. Instead of, well, you know what? We need to take a page out of this book and just make a game people want to enjoy and play without being lectured to. Everybody knows I love Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy, the games. That Spirits of Within movie was whack. But I loved Advent Children so much that I went and saw the 4K release in theaters, which was last year at some point, or maybe it was the year before. I don't know. Whatever. I think it was this year, but it was the anniversary edition, 4K, first time, only time in theaters. And like for 2 nights, you could go and see Advent Children. Absolutely took the missus, went and saw the movie. She didn't understand it, but she did. She's only seen the first third of the remaster games, so the remakes. So she hasn't seen the other part yet. Why didn't Final Fantasy win Game of the Year? Do you know what one of the most off-putting things in a video game is? I'm not going to tell you, because this is my biggest problem with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. In the middle of the game, you need to get a chocobo in this certain area. You need to get this bird that you can ride around like a horse to fly down. Yes, it can fly because it's like a giant damn chicken. Fly down to this lower area and go to Cosmo Canyon. The only way to do that is to go through the biggest DEI plant in the entire game. What do you mean plant? You mean like a plant? No, I mean this was planted here. This was on purpose. This little girl can mentally talk to a chocobo. Like their minds are linked. So she knows everything the chocobo thinks. She knows everything the chocobo wants. She knows everything the chocobo enjoys. But she won't ride on the goddamn chocobo. She won't get on the chocobo and ride it. She's supposed to be, and this is like a teenage girl, she's supposed to be the best racer ever. But she never had any formal training. Does this sound familiar? Does this sound familiar? She was never trained. She was just born with the knowledge of the chocobo, right? And the entire time you're trying to get the damn bird, she's like, you're doing this wrong. And you're doing this wrong. And you can't talk to the chocobo that way. And meh. So for 20 minutes, you have to deal with this most annoying NPC you've ever encountered. The rest of the game, gold. Absolutely gold. The fights, the boss fights are inventive. The boss fights are challenging. Some of the boss fights, I would go head to head with Elden Ring and all that other shit you've ever played. Some of the best boss fights ever in a game. And what do you got to do? You got to deal with Palpatine's little sister. That's what you got to deal with. Who's constantly telling you you're doing it wrong, but won't get on the fucking bird and ride it. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which should have won Game of the Year, but I'm not surprised it didn't, because you've got this 20-minute segment that absolutely stops all like, I want to keep going in the game. It was a struggle to get past just why? Because that little girl is up her own ass and is encouraged to be up her own ass and is the key to everything. I'm surprised that she didn't tell you Eris was going to die and all this other shit in the game. I'm surprised she didn't tell you that. I'm surprised she didn't ruin the game for everybody because she knew everything with no formal training. And you wonder why your game didn't make Game of the Year. Oh, well, Astrobot was so good. It wasn't as good as 7. But I will give it to the people that say 7 was bloated and had its problems, because guess what? It was bloated and it did have its problems. And ultimately, that's the problem. Give us something we want. Give us something we enjoy. Give us something that's entertaining. Instead of lecturing us and telling us how bad and horrible we are for not liking the fact that James Bond is riding bitch on a Vespa scooter with a pink fucking helmet on. That's what you did to James Bond. You know what? Say what you want about the Bricoli's. When she came out and said there is no, and everybody jumped on this, oh, who's going to be the next James Bond? Oh, look, an article came out that said, we suggest this person to be the next Bond. And everybody ran with it. Oh, looks like this person is going to be the next James Bond. Looks like this person is going to be the next James Bond. Looks like they've chosen this person to be the next James Bond. Did y'all not do any fucking homework and realize that Barbara Broccoli just came out and said there has not been a new James Bond chosen. There are no plans to choose a new James Bond because we don't have any kind of movie idea. We don't have a script, and Amazon is full of absolute dumbasses. Amazon is full of absolute dumbasses. Why? Because Amazon owns MGM now. What does that sound like to you? That sounds to me like Amazon bought MGM and they are sitting on the James Bond IP until they can get what they want. And you know what they want. because you've seen Lord of the Rings, Wangs of Power. You've seen Wangs of Power. Wang Chung tonight. What is oh, what's up, Bolly? $2 super chat, Latino slant. Cobra Kai never dies, bitch. That's right. A perfect example of this is badass, and it's got a whole bunch of people in it, and we went for the best. You're the best around. Nothing gonna bend or break you now. You're the best. Why? Because they went for the best. They got the best they possibly could get. If they could have had Miyagi back, they'd have had Miyagi back. Oh, Daniel-san, I don't think that this is a good idea. As he's trimming his little bonsai tree. They would have gotten the best, and thank you so much, Polly, brother, for that $2 super chat. This one is just for you. A little long live the fighters. Skull!
Long live the fighters!
Make sure you are subscribed to this gentleman right here and watching all the crazy shit he comes out with and does. Because damn. Skull Elizabeth Young. What if Mr. Miyagi did use Gillette for his bonsai tree? Ooh. No. Not on the bonsai tree. You're a pest. You're brown. Everybody gonna flush you down. You're the best. Oh, shit. What can we do about it, Loki? Don't buy the bullshit. Don't buy it. Don't spend your money on it. Don't pay it. Don't reinforce this. God dang, how many times do I have to say, do not reinforce this behavior? Don't watch it. Don't buy it. Don't purchase it.
Hey, I bought the latest Star Wars doohickey dill daddy.
Why? Why did you buy that? Why did you give them your money? Not a penny. Not a penny. Why? Because they don't deserve it. None of them do. They sit there and they shit all over the things that you love, you enjoy, and you, all while calling you an instant Obaniati, and you're going to go watch their shit? Let them die. Do what Kirk said and let them die. Let them fade away into obscurity and into nothingness. They asked for it. It's what they wanted.
Oh, but Loki, that'd be terrible. The gaming industry,
I don't give a shit. Do you know what Xbox wants? Xbox wants 100 million people on Game Pass. They don't give a shit about their console. They don't give a shit about what games are coming out. They don't give a shit about what their customers want. They want 100 million subscribers to Game Pass, and they want it by 2030. That's a 40% increase year after year is what they will need to get to 100 million subscribers. That's what they want. That's their goal. It's not to come out with good games. It's not to come out with better consoles. It's not to fix the shit on their consoles that's broken. It's not to give you backwards compatibility. It is shit. Streaming games. What did I tell you 2 years ago? I said right here on this program, right here on Mornings of Mischief, you will own nothing and you will like it. They don't want you to own anything. They don't want you to have anything. They don't want you to have a console. They just want to stream shit to you. They want to pull a Google whatever it was and stream your damn game to you. No, I'm sorry. They want to sell you a little box for $500 that's got a hard drive in it, some memory, and an internet connection to go. Wi-Fi. That's what they want to sell you, and some controller hookups to play. Most likely, they won't even have hookups. It'll all be wireless. No cords, no corded controllers. And it'll be all new controllers. Look at the Switch and what it's doing. We don't know yet whether the actual, like, remotes will be compatible, but we do know that the old Joy-Cons are not compatible. Okay. Okay. What is up? Dean Cranch with a $10 super chat this morning says there has been no James Bond since Brosnan. Anything they called it since was just treatment for insomnia. I've never seen 007 since Octopussy in theater. After Casino Royale, I said, nope. Let me ask you, Dean, what was your problem with Casino Royale? Because out of all the Daniel Craig movies, I thought that one was the best one. I mean, everybody like took a giant shit when Skyfall came out, but I don't think that's the best movie. I thought Casino Royale was the best one, and everything after that was shit. When he comes back at the end of that movie and he has Mr. White and he's standing there with a gun, I was like, man, I cannot wait to see more. And then we got Quantum of Dumbassery. Have you ever tried to watch that movie? Have you ever sat down? Anybody ever sit down and tried to watch Quantum of Solace? It's like a first-year intern edited the movie. I can edit the movie better than that. Why? Because it was like 1 second, boom, 1 second, boom, 1 second, boom. It was constantly changing. They constantly changed the camera angle every 1 to 2 seconds to that movie. It's dizzying and it's off-putting. And it is one of the biggest failures in cinematography that I've ever seen. Plus, the story was absolute cack. They made it about water. Quantum had a great intro scene. And then I got woke up for snoring during that one. I don't know. I liked that first one, Casino Royale. I really did. Everything after that, I was just like, oh, you need a new segment, Loki. Called it with the previous team with the date stamp. That's right. I said it though. I did. Little box with a hard drive or something in it. Some compute cycles. Everything else, it's just a streaming box. It's just a streaming machine. You could do it with a damn thumbnail. That's what you're buying into. And you're going to pay $500 for is a little box that probably cost them $20. That's what you're going to pay $500 for. And they're going to want that. Because that's the only way you're going to have access to the new games is going to be that little box. You're going to have a subscription service. That is where Microsoft is going with video games, is subscription service. The only way you can play our games is with a subscription. I'm done. I'm absolutely positively done. Sony won't get another dime from me. I will not be buying a PS5 Pro or a PS6 or any of that. I'll stick with PC. But do you know how many games are on Steam that you can play on PC? You can't count them. I mean, I'm sure we could look, but there are new games coming, old games going all of the time. And yes, they do take old stuff off there. So get your stuff while the getting's good. Because once you buy it, you've got it. If you don't, well. But this whole like you'll own nothing and like it, you're not buying the game. Excuse me? You're not buying the game. I went down and bought the game. I spent $69.99 on it. No. You purchased a license to play the game. No. Well, what do you mean no? No. But that's the way. No. Loki, do you know anything on digital? Yeah, I do. In fact, we were talking about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth earlier. I own Final Fantasy VII on Rebirth on digital. I also have the big collector's edition box. Well, Loki, if you got the big collector's edition box, why did you? Because I didn't open the big damn collector's box. It's sitting over there. Right over there. You can't see it, but it's sitting right over there. Why did you do that? Because I'm not going to open that. One day, I will not be here. That day might be tomorrow. That might be 10, 20 years from now. But one day I'm not going to be here. And there is stuff I will leave to get sold, bartered, whatever. Gotten rid of, put up on a shelf, whatever it is. That's why. And now look at what Square's done. You know, I love Square Soft. I love Square Soft. Square Enix, on the other hand, has got some issues. Hey, we're not going to let you speak your mind. We're not going to let you talk about the things you don't like. I understand that this is supposed to be something in Japan where their employees are getting harassed and shit talked and blah, 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 blah. But I called dibs on your hat. Are you talking about this one? The AC/DC one? That I spent like all this week trying to find because I couldn't find it. Last couple of days, I haven't had it because I didn't know where the hell I put it. I didn't know what I did with it. I get the collector's box of Space Marine 2. Love that game. Space Marine 2 kicks ass. They did a great job. They're already looking at what money they're going to take from that to build something even better. And see, back in the day, that's what video game studios did. They made money off of a game and then they went and built something grander, larger. Why aren't they doing that now? Where's the money going? I've got to ask. You've got one of the most anticipated big titles of all time coming. You sell millions of copies in the first couple of days. Why isn't that money going back into making new games? Why is that money going to pay off debts for games that haven't gone anywhere? Oh, well, we took out a loan to make blah, blah, blah. Why did you take out a loan? Well, we were trying to get ahead of the game and did it. That sounds like a personal problem to me. That's what that sounds like. That sounds like a dumb decision. Why? Well, it was during the coup and blah, 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 blah. And we didn't have a lot of time. And yeah. Snowdub, what's up, brother? He says, if I drop dead tomorrow, I leave you all with some great music. Skull and tuck and roll. Skull and tuck and roll, brother. Skull and tuck and roll. I'm holding out to see what Rebel Wolf pulls out. Yes. Yes. If anybody hasn't seen the trailer of that, go and watch the trailer and watch them one right after the other. And you tell me what you are way more interested in seeing. Do you want to see this is how hard it is for a woman in medieval society simulator? Or do you want to see, with a girl boss, I might add, or do you want to see a whole bunch of vampires and monsters and shit tearing shit up, tearing people limb from limb? I know what I want to go see. I'll go see the Vampire game. You can have The Witcher. And what does it say right at the beginning of the game, right at the beginning of the trailer? From the developer of Witcher 3, from the director of The Witcher 3, and the dev team, which is where they all went. That's where they all went. Why? Because they hired a whole bunch of blue-haired Landwells to make The Witcher 4. Why? Because only a woman knows about the heartache and trouble it was for women in medieval times. We're going to make it so difficult on you because we're going to make you a girl boss in the Middle Ages. And we're going to show you how difficult it was for women in the Dark Ages. Oh, well, I'm sure women will be interested. Oh, I'm sure those girl gamers are just knocking down the doors. Do you know what they're going to say? Can we play it on our phone? I've got to have what? What's an RTX 5090? Why won't this game play on my 10-year-old laptop? Sure. Go right ahead. Make it for the masses of women that are just slobbering to play your games. All over their 10-year-old laptops that barely function, barely still turn on, that couldn't run that game if you gave them $1 million to figure out how to run that game. They couldn't run that game. Why? Because they're doing this the whole time. Bejeweled! Pego Blast! Well, it's true. How many girls? I know two. I know two women that have gaming PCs that I'd put up against mine any day of the week. One of them is Loriana Creel. And she put her own shit together. So, one. There you go. Not that they can't. They have no desire. So how many women are going to go out and going to buy a $3,000 to $4,000 gaming PC to play The Witcher 4 and see how hard it was for women in the Middle Ages? Oh, it was so hard. It was so difficult. It was so hard and so difficult. I want to thank you guys so very much for being here today. I want to thank you guys for showing up, for being proud members of Valhalla, and for doing what you do. The people here that showed up today, always appreciate it. Every single morning, Monday through Friday. It's because of you we're still here. It's because of you we do what we do. We don't take any shit. Why do I know that things are going to change? Love you, Zero. Things are going to change because we don't put up with this shit. We don't put up with this shit. We don't deal with this shit. If someone wants to bring drama to our door, we deal with it. Don't bring drama to the door if you ain't prepared to deal with it. And they brought a lot of damn drama. And what do they get in return? They get the bacon sandwich. So what do? We keep kicking ass. We keep taking names. We don't take any shit. And if someone doesn't like it, you can kiss my fat white ass. Because that's the way it is. Thank you guys. Be great. Be excellent to each other. Always speak, friend, enter. We'll see you tomorrow morning for the weekend review here on Mornings of Mischief. Have a great Thursday, everybody. And don't be so thirsty.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.